Now, in recent weeks, a lot of attention has been paid to HCQ, a common malaria drug that could be a possible treatment for COVID-19. But the U.S. FDA is now approving another drug for advanced testing against the coronavirus disease. It's called Aviptadil, created in part by the U.S. Israeli pharmaceutical company Neurorx. And joining us with the details is the company's CEO, Professor Jonathan Javitt. So your company has already filed for a large clinical trial with FDA and the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to treat coronavirus complications. What is this drug? Can you break it down in layman's terms, in terms of how it's supposed to improve the conditions of coronavirus patients?
Absolutely. So Aviptadil is a fancy name for a natural substance that's produced in the body called vasoactive intestinal polypeptide. And this natural substance, which is made primarily in the intestine, but is concentrated in the lung, is nature's way of protecting the lung against attack from inflammatory molecules called cytokines. And those cytokines are the molecules that cause the fatal pneumonia in COVID-19 infection. So nobody dies of the virus. The virus can just be a bad cold. But if it goes to the lung and mounts a cytokine attack on the lung, it's lethal.
Understood. Okay, so this drug can help treat that issue. I understand that a version of it is actually already being marketed for a completely different need. What is that need, and how did you figure out that it could also help corona-caused lung complications?
Well, I didn't figure it out. It is true that Aviptadil is used for erectile dysfunction in parts of Europe, and that's because the body uses different molecular receptor, or uses the same molecular receptor in different organs for different things. It happens that the leading drug for high pressure in the lungs, pulmonary hypertension, is the same molecule as is used in Viagra. So this isn't the first time where there's crossover. This discovery was made by Dr. Sami Saeed in about 2000, that this drug could be very potent for acute respiratory distress syndrome. Right. And then the discovery was lost, and it was rediscovered only a few weeks ago by Dr. Yves Sago in Geneva, Switzerland, who was looking at an old pharmaceutical file and realized what he was seeing, couldn't believe his eyes.
So when are clinical trials beginning?
We expect that within a few hours, the drug will arrive at Ben Gurion Airport and will be on its way to Rambam Healthcare Campus. We expect to be able to begin compassionate care by next week in Israel. And we expect that we'll be announcing the first U.S. study sites by the end of this week.
So when will it come out to the public?
Well, if you're saying when will it be a released drug, of course it has to prove that it is safe and effective. We know it's safe, now we have to prove it's effective. And, you know, in the best scenario, we could have an answer within 3 months about whether this drug prevents death in patients who have acute respiratory distress in COVID-19.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. Very interesting and a positive update. So I hope that this works out.
Thank you.